Start streaming, move this over here. Let's see. Yeah, it seemed like the other live stream seemed pretty fast, I think. All right, let's see.
My internet's pretty fast.
Yeah, your internet's pretty fast. My internet's so fast.
Sometimes web pages load before I even type in the address.
Wow, that is seriously fast. Alrighty. Okay, so wait, well, it was live. Are we not live? Yay, it is live. Yay. We are going to address some questions about backlights and why do these backlights blow in all these devices, and try to understand that a little bit by doing some experiments. So we're gonna blow some shit up. Okay, what happened? Hi. All right, so seems like that's working. Okay, so Mark's here. It's course week. We just did a bunch of backlights. We got backlights all around us from our course day today. And what prompted us to do a live stream about backlights is a conversation that we saw going on in the Introduction to Microsoldering group on Facebook, where it seemed like there was some confusion about how to troubleshoot and measure backlights. And specifically, the question was about whether or not the backlight voltage, so 15, 20 volts, the backlight voltage, whether or not it would be present at the screen connector, at the LCD connector, even if the screen was not connected. So people are doing this. They're measuring for these voltages, and they're finding that the voltages are not there, and so they think there's a problem with the backlight circuit. And I think it's important to understand that you're not going to have the backlight enabled. It's not going to be prompted to boost out that 20 volt backlight voltage unless the screen is connected. So the devices all have a mechanism to first detect the screen and then produce that backlight voltage. However, that doesn't mean that there's 0 volts at the connector, and let's look into that and see why. So let's take, what should we do? iPad mini?
Yeah, sure.
All right, let's do iPad mini, and let's look at that backlight circuit for iPad mini 1. Okay, so no screen, no backlight enabled, exactly. All right, so we are going to, VCC main voltage is going to be present. Smart, so look at all the smart people in the comments already.
Chris knows what's up.
Yeah. Okay, let's look at a schematic. So let me dig it up. So this is iPad mini schematic, and let's take you over so that you can see our screen. All right, here we go, iPad mini schematic. So this is the LCD connector in iPad mini, and we can trace the backlight line here. So we have the backlight filter, and this is the backlight voltage up to 20 volts, so a max of 20 volts. And we can follow this line, so PP LED reg. We can follow that, PP LED underscore reg, and it gets a name change to PP LED out. So we can keep following that back up the row. And here it comes to the coil, diode, and the backlight driver. The backlight driver in the iPad mini is a function of the greater Allison power management chip. So the PMIC power management is the backlight driver in the iPad mini. So here is the backlight output, PP LED out, which is going to make its way out through the connector. Now let's say that there was a problem here in the driver function of creating the LED backlight. So let's say there's a problem there. Let's look at this input over here. So this is VCC main and a branch of VCC main called LED. This is going to be your battery voltage. So whatever your battery is, 3.8, 4.2, something in that neighborhood. And now let's use our fingers and trace a line here. So we can go through this coil, because a coil is a wire, through a diode. A diode is essentially a wire in one direction and does not pass current in the other direction. So you go through there and all the way out here, down PP LED out, and then find your way all the way to PP LED reg. There's a wire here through the filter, and there is a wire here, and it goes all the way out to the LCD connector. All right, so let's sort of establish that as long as you have your battery connected, you're going to have 3.8 volts here at your LCD connector. All right, so let's see if everybody agrees with that and if that at least makes sense. So we have to click back to YouTube. All right, let's make sure this is working. Is Michael here? I don't know, probably not.
Somebody invite Michael.
Somebody invite Michael real quick. Okay, so, all right, so let's accept that the battery voltage is going to be present at the connector, regardless. Even if you have a screen connected, doesn't matter. That there's nothing to prevent the battery voltage from arriving there at the connector. All right, so now how do you get into trouble? How do you actually get below a backlight filter? So let's look back at the schematic, and let's look back at the schematic again. So we'll go back to the screen, and let's find our way to the schematic. iPhone 5. Nope, we're not on iPhone 5. We're on iPad mini. All right, so what would it take to bother this filter? Let's see. So the filter can take 300 milliamps of current before it pops like a fuse. So 300 milliamps of current is actually not that much. If all goes well, if everything's operating normally, this filter will not experience more than 300 milliamps of current and everything will be fine. But what happens if out here at the connector, all of a sudden, let's imagine this is a blood vessel filled with blood pressure at even just the battery voltage, 3.8. What happens if you suddenly made a path to ground, just made a little connection straight to ground? Maybe you accidentally connected pin 32 and pin 31, which is ground, and you get this quick path to ground, a short circuit. Then all of that energy would quickly run to ground, and that would cause a current spike, really transient current spike, and that would be enough to actually pop this backlight filter, which can only take 300 milliamps. And so that is our understanding of how it is that backlight circuits fail. So let's kind of get, let's make that smaller so we can see that. And let's stick that there in front. Okay, so then how does that actually happen in real life functionally? So let's sort of do some proof of concept stuff here. So this is an iPad mini that is working, and let's kind of see what's going on, measure some voltages and see what's going on with this thing. So we're gonna flip this screen down. What do you think we should do here?
To intentionally blow it?
Well, let's start with establishing some concepts here. Here, why don't you hold the multimeter so that we can actually see what's up, see what's what. So can you hold it so that camera can see it?
Can camera see?
Pretty much, I think. Oh, okay.
Look at that. That's good enough.
Okay. All right, so now it's at 0. So I'm going to turn the screen on, and I can see that the backlight is lit up. And now under the microscope, I'm going to just measure a spot right here at the backlight filter. So in volt, is it on DC voltage? Measuring voltage?
Yes, it is.
All right, so let's see. Do I get a reading? 12 volts. Is that 12 volts?
12 volts.
Yeah.
But it said 20.
It said up to 20, mofo. I think that I just blew this backlight because,
did you?
Well, look at what it looks like. It was one of the ones from class. Let's see what it looks like. I looked at this and it has had a little party going on here. So there's the filter and it's got somebody's jumper on there.
Oh.
This is not the one from today, actually. This is a different one.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. So that might have come off. I'm not real sure.
See, I'm not.
Maybe it's okay. That doesn't seem to be soldered onto that pad at all. I'll have to just push it down on there. Maybe that'll work. Oh, geez. Yeah, that's some crazy. Okay. All right, so let's see if we can get our backlight back See if I can make this backlight great again by pushing it down right here. Do I get a backlight if I just push it? No.
Not.
God damn it. All right, let me just fix that for example purposes. Oh, man. What you trying to do? Okay, let's see. Let's go down here and see what this is. All right, you have to read the chat, Mark, and answer. Is this the quality of classes we should expect? Yes, this is our finest student work.
Hey, look at that.
Does it work? All right, let's see. Let's go back to camera. All right.
Look at that.
Yeah,
Perfect.
very practical. That is what we can expect. Alrighty. I wonder who did this. All right, let's get this actually stuck on here so that we can fuck with it. The student minis have really taken a beating, I'll tell you that. They have been around the block and then some. All right, let's see. That might work. All right, let's see. Call Lewis, he can fix it. I don't know about that. All right, let's see. Ah, my I can't work like this. I can't work with my multimeter way up here. What the heck?
That's for the...
Well, I gotta see if I've got a highway here. Did you just spill beer on the floor?
No.
Okay. Why does it smell like there's beer on the floor?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Apparently not. All right. Okay, I got continuity. Mark is living the high life. All right, let's see if I made backlight great again or not. We should get pink pussy hats to wear for live stream. That'd be fun. Yay, backlight is back. Yay! All right, game on. All right, here's what we're gonna do to kind of establish some stuff. All right, voltage, light bulb. All right, we can read that. Okay, so backlight is on, and I'm gonna take a reading right here at the backlight filter for voltage. And what is it? Mark, can you read it?
It is 11.52.
All right, so that's backlight on with the screen connected. Now I'm gonna leave the device on and I'm just gonna rip the screen off. Boonk. All right, LCD is now off. So let's see what happens to that backlight voltage. Just tell me what happens.
There is 3
I just made my filter come off again. God damn it.
yeah, it's kind of jumping all over the place.
All right, let's get rid of that and just make a little micro jumper. All right, so what we saw is that once you take the screen off, your backlight voltage goes away and it goes back down to battery voltage. All right, let's make this backlight great again. All right, let's go look under our microscope. This is what I'm looking at here on the heavily raped student mini. All right, let's just stick. Well, I kind of want to have a filter on there. Do we have any backlight filters laying around? What happened to the one I just had?
Aaron Harrington is here. He'll benefit.
Great, sweet, awesome. We're gonna help Aaron understand all this thing. I think Aaron's been doing well, don't you? On forums. Do you pay attention to forums any?
I do. I just don't comment unless I have something to say that makes me look like a dick.
Right. That's a good way to be. I think forums are kind of like it's almost like a, you know, you can kind of, when you're standing in line somewhere or something like that, but forums kind of get to be a kind of a chore after a while.
Yeah, it starts to feel like a job.
Yeah, it does. It starts to feel like a job.
Like, been teaching people all day.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm done with that.
Practical board repair school forum, I gotta pay attention to, but.
Yep.
All right. All right, what's going on in the comment stream, Mark?
Let's see.
Nothing? Bunch of douchebags?
Nothing.
Alrighty. Okay. Well, I made a little jumper there. Let's burn up a diode. So jump the filter. All right, let's see if this works again.
The chat lags.
Well, the chat is seeing like they're on a delay.
Yeah. Okay.
So it does make it a little bit different. It's not as live stream as you would think. All right, backlight's back. All right, let's go up here again. Okay, backlight is back again. So let's turn this back on, and now we'll kind of do take two. So Mark, you got to read that and tell me what it says. All right, so let's go again. Let's take a reading right here on this pad. And voltage with backlight on is what? 11 or 12?
11.5.
11.5. Awesome. Now I'm going to rip the screen off with the device still under power. Boink! Screen's off. And tell me what happens.
You're at 4.2, 4.0,
3.7, which is battery voltage. So this is exactly what we're talking about. That now the driver, the power management chip, is no longer boosting the coil to generate the backlight voltage. It's just doing nothing. So it's allowing the VCC main just to go down the wire, because it doesn't stop that. There's nothing in there that makes that not happen. So now VCC main just has a straight wire path out to the backlight pad. So now let's disconnect the battery and see what happens to our voltage there. So I disconnected the battery, and I'm going to put...
I wonder.
Oh, now we can't even see. Let's see what happens now.
30 volts.
What? All right, so now it's 0 point something, and that's going to just kind of continue to wind down as...
capacitors drain.
As things drain, yes. Okie dokie. All right, so now what happens if I don't connect the screen and I just connect the battery? Well, let's see, this is experimental.
How much does it cost for you guys to fix an iPhone 6
Right,
screen?
okay, so I did not power the device on. I have just connected the battery. No screen is attached.
No
The
boot.
device is not on. It is not under power. I did not press the power button. I did not connect it to a charger. And what do we have here at the backlight? Battery voltage. Oh my God. So here you go. This is the key point that I think folks missed in this discussion earlier and missed in some of the other videos I've seen online. This device is not on. It is not under power. And yet there is still battery voltage at the LCD connector. So that's the important thing. All right, so now why is that a big deal? Who cares? So Mark, why is that a big deal? Who cares? Tell us.
Because if battery is connected, then you have voltage that can be shorted to ground at the connector.
Alrighty. So I'm not really sure how to kind of establish this. Let's look back to the schematic then. So we're going to go screen, and we're going to go back to the iPad mini schematic. So here's iPad mini schematic. So now we've established experimentally that yes, indeed, even with the device powered off, your battery voltage is going to be present out here at the connector. So now, if you imagine the process of actually trying to connect and disconnect this LCD with this voltage present, all you have to do to get a problem, a potential problem on your filter, is to give this voltage a path to ground. And that can be something as simple as just connecting this pin to ground, which is right across from it, something like that. So let's see if we can let's see if we can simulate that. So what do you think is going to happen here, Mark? In practice, this is hard to do. I mean, a lot of times you can sit here and, just mess around with this and nothing seems to ever happen. You have to kind of, to get this right. So let's see. Let's try it. All right, so we're going to be out here at the connector. And what happens, if I am taking this LCD, and just kind of like bungling around here, as I try to connect it and I'm not sure it really snapped in and I, just kind of mash on it, like what does it take to actually accidentally, just for a moment, connect together the hot pin right there with either this or that across from it? I don't know. Let's see what happens if we just do this. Oh, look at that. Did you see that? Did you see smoke?
Yeah.
Yeah, saw some smoke. So just the battery voltage touching it to ground was enough to create a little bit of smoke, spark, and fire. And now let's go back up. Oh, we jumped the backlight filter. So what does that mean? That means we sizzled our diode, or who knows what else happened to the circuit. All right? Why? Because the battery is connected while we were dicking around at the LCD connector, even though the device did not have the screen on. All it had was the battery connected. It wasn't even on. All right, so that's pretty much the point I wanted to make here. All right, let's see. Let's see what you guys think about that. Did anyone notice Jess's t-shirt? Yes, it's never the coil. Let's see what else is in here. Whoopsie. There's some really bad techs out there. People smash the FPC connectors and break the boards because they forget to undo the last screw and snap. Yes. What color was the smoke? Magic smoke is always black. Nice magic smoke fart. Yes. That means you have something to do. Not really. This is Student Mini. Fuck that. Damn lag in chat. How much does it cost for you guys to fix an iPhone 6 screen? Do you take send-ins? No, man, go fix your own iPhone 6 screen. Hello, Jess, I fix Apple devices too. Good for you, Josh Blah. Jessa said we're douchebags. He'd likely agree. Who's a douchebag? Then it's possible I'd figure out what side keeps failing and start working on it. I see your cathode. Sounds like you're answering a 6S plus question. Hi, Jessa. Do you ever use your microscope sideways instead of completely perpendicular to the table? Sure. Is the double arm that Amscope sells useful? No, unless you ask Mark.
It's way better.
Or can I work fine with a single arm scope? You can work fine with anything.
As long as you don't have the articulating garbage crap.
Right. Do you all teach the right way to lift the FPC connectors? Yes, we do. We teach that you can only lift them with the blue plastic board breakers because that's the only way to cause recurring revenue. All right. So that's the deal with iPad mini backlight. All right. Let's move on to the next backlight that we want to fuck up. You want to fuck one up?
Victim.
You want to fuck one up?
What are we fucking up?
I want you to try to fuck up the iPhone 5.
I could do that.
Great.
Am I allowed to do it any way I want?
Well, we do have to fix it in the end, so.
Yeah.
I want to, here's the thing. Here's the next challenge. This is here's the thing. The reason why all of this backlight stuff happens, I see it again and again. We talked about it today in the course. I told the guys in the course, how many of you guys religiously and routinely disconnect the battery before any screen change? And of course, they're all like, oh, yes, I always do, starting today, but the truth is, nobody does. Come on. How many of you guys can sit there and say, I've changed over 500 iPhone 5 series screens, and I've never disconnected the battery, and I've never had a problem. So you guys are full of shit with your whole disconnect the battery backlight drama. That's BS. That's the common misconception, and that's part of why we're doing this video. So I want to look at what is it about the iPhone 5 and 5 series that makes it just kind of resistant to this problem. Is the battery voltage present at the LCD connector in the iPhone 5? I don't know. We're about to find out. My guess is yes. Then why doesn't the iPhone 5 get that battery voltage shorted to ground and pop the iPhone 5 filter? I mean, it is possible. It does happen sometimes. But it's not nearly the epidemic that it is in iPad mini and iPhone 6s. So let's see what it would take to actually blow a filter in an iPhone 5 and try to come up with why that just generally doesn't happen in the iPhone 5 where it always happens in the iPhone 6s. All right, want to give it a shot?
Sure.
All right, let's trade. All right, so there's your iPhone 5, which, by the way, we do have to fix in the end.
Does it have a working backlight? Yeah, it does.
Yes,
Look at
it
that.
does.
Working backlight.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
perfect.
Oh, you did?
So I can wreck this.
We
in
got
no
one
time.
vote for is the ground pin on a different side. We got another vote for the FPC layout. Probably has a lot to do with it. We are guessing another guess that says it's the proximity of the VCC main pins relative to ground. And then we've got somebody who's saying they always disconnect the battery.
Okay.
All right, did you go to screen so they can follow you along?
I think so.
All right, so here's iPhone 5.
All right, so we got the backlight anode line is here, and there's ground across from it and over one. Nothing really close to it that's easy to get to. So I think that's why.
All right, well, let's say that that's true. Let's look at the connector and see what happens. What happens if you tweezer connect them? Can you blow the backlight, or is it just resistant?
All right.
Do you think it's the style of connector that's like a male instead of a female connector? That it's
I think
harder to like really be malaligned with that connector?
that's possible. I did think that until I looked at...
Let's take the sticker off so that we can see where the filter is.
Yeah, until I looked at the, all the lines connected to the connector, I thought maybe it's just the type of connector.
Mm-hmm.
But after looking at that, I think it's just that there isn't ground near it.
Mm-hmm.
I think if they had put a ground pin next to backlight, then maybe
Nobody would be blowing 6S backlight filters. Everybody would have learned their lesson.
Yeah. Okay, so here's our connector, and what pin was backlight? It was this third one right here?
2 or 3, yeah.
Yeah, I think
I think it's 3.
these two were cathode, and
Yeah.
that was anode.
Mm-hmm. Now let's push it up a little so we can see that filter. So the backlight filter is the filter looking dude right there.
Right there.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got trace.
All right, so first, is it under power? And let's see what the voltage is. Just,
It is not under power.
All right, so click us back to camera viewer.
And voltage at the filter is
3.8. So with the phone, did you disconnect the battery just now and then put it back in?
Yeah.
So it's at rest, battery connected, not on, not prompted to boot. Nothing would be on the screen right now, and the phone would be sitting there off.
Right.
Okay. Now, is it different if you turn it on? Press the power button, turn it on.
Connect the power button.
Connect the power button. Press the power button, turn it on.
And still 3.8.
All right, so there we go. Battery voltage is present, even though it should be the screen voltage should be there, right? The 20 volts should be there right now if the screen was present.
If the
screen was
there.
present, the screen would be on, and that
Yep.
20 volts would be there. So the fact that it's not, again, establishes that the backlight voltage is not present without the screen.
What's the backlight voltage with the screen connected?
That's a dangerous thing to measure. Let's find out.
Is that screen on? No.
No, because you blew the backlight filter trying to... It makes me nervous to even watch that. Ugh, I can't even watch.
Oh, God.
Oh! Mark's connecting things without the battery disconnected.
All right. Screen's
Screen's
on. What is the voltage?
All right, here, I'm going to turn your voltage light back on.
What is it?
10.9.
10.9. Now I'm just going to rip that off with the battery connected.
All right. Now let's look under the microscope. I want to see you smoke that filter.
All right. There we go.
All right, move it up so we can see the filter. So this is the device is on right now under power. So this would be somebody doing a screen change on an iPhone 5 without disconnecting the battery.
And we're back to 3.8.
3.8 as expected. So we've got 3.8 live at the connector.
So now we want to blow the filter.
Yeah.
And I want to do it the classic iPhone 5 way that
Oh,
it happens.
yes, exposed backlight flex.
Yeah.
Love it. Love that. I love that idea. Yeah, let's totally do that.
So we've got where is it? There.
It's under a sticker because it's not exposed.
Yeah.
Because we're not that kind of a shop.
So here is the backlight flex that connects into the LCD flex. And we don't need this sticker.
Yeah, screw that
That
sticker.
This foam is too heavy. We need to make it lighter. We
Yeah.
need to get rid of the sticker, do a little weight reduction.
Mm-hmm. That sticker is banned. Let's ban
Right.
that sticker and see what happens.
And I think we should point out the way that the when the phone's closed, these joints,
We can't quite see it.
these joints here,
Yep.
when it's closed, are right on
Top of some metal.
the metal plate.
That's bad.
Yeah, you don't want that.
Okay, now let's put that phone together just like it is. Snap it closed for the customer and see if we can blow that backlight for science, in the name of science. All right, camera. All right, give me the mouse. Where's the auxiliary mouse? Where's the when Mark is here mouse?
I don't know. I like that mouse.
What, the take control?
Yeah,
no more-
the
no
make
more
Jessa
grandma?
think she's going crazy.
What's on the floor down there?
That is the speaker thing.
All right, so I'm closing it up.
Are there touch chips in the drawer while you're looking in it?
Are there touch chips in here? Well, I guess so, Gene. But I really think you should start reballing them because there's
I think
like
you should
one
order
strip.
some.
Yeah,
Order some.
and they're like $5 each. Just reball them.
Yeah, exactly. Get these iPad rehab kids in here to fucking earn their keep. The hell?
Yeah, haven't you taught Bailey how to
I
reball
did
yet?
sit here and teach Sam how to reball one night.
All right, we're closed back up. Let's see. Look at that. It's working just fine.
It works great. Let's give it to the customer and play. See, it is impossible to blow the backlight.
Come on, blow, damn
Come on,
it.
I'll blow that filter right now. Bad. God damn it. Damn it. I got a flicker. Does that count? You gotta do a little light drop here. I don't know what you're talking about. That exposed flex is fine. Fail.
It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine.
Come on.
Myth.
Just blow. Oh, it won't do it.
See? Now I can see. That's how this stuff gets started. Like, you don't need that sticker, obviously. Mark and Jessica have proved the exposed backlight flex phenomenon is a myth. And you can go ahead and peel that sticker off of all your LCDs. It is unnecessary.
Yeah. It's a waste
Unnecessary protection. It's not required at
Are
all.
these alternative facts?
These are alternative facts, yes.
Thank you. Hashtag.
Where's
Alternative facts.
There we go. All right.
You need to put the comment stream on. You get in trouble.
Oh,
Here's what
shit.
I've learned about
I
this.
forgot about
You get
that.
in trouble if you don't read the comment stream.
Shit.
No, that sticker holds the whole phone together. Nope, it doesn't. It's not required. That's a myth.
All right. Let's see. What am I gonna
Blow it with tweezers on the flex. Well, I guess so.
That's the
Ooh, make
easy
sure
way.
brightness is all the way up. Let's do
Ooh.
that. I like that idea.
Yeah.
Yes.
Although, I mean, it really should have. Why isn't it?
Why does it have touch?
Press home to.
Oh, home. By the way, doesn't work. Just FYI.
Well, okay. So not doing that.
What?
But turning the brightness up
Why?
because home doesn't work.
Well, you don't have to do that. Like, slide a notification for the passcode or something.
It doesn't. You can't do anything until you unlock.
That's a lie. Slide to open. No SIM card. There you go. What's the guy's passcode? He's this guy. All right, 7 3. Great. I've disabled it now.
Nope, not happening. The second idea was to put a little bit of something behind that backlight flex so that it is forced up against.
What? Why is this phone disabled? I just gave it the total right passcode.
Not going to happen.
Fine.
You gotta wait 5 minutes. Yeah. Hand it over, Grandma. All right, I'm just gonna put a little bit of
Backlight connection area doesn't really touch much on the. Nobody. This is not real. Nobody puts cotton in phones. That's BS.
Still not. It's still not doing it.
It's all a lie. You have to put it in your back pocket and sit down like customers do. Yes. Walk around. Go put on your LuLaRoe leggings. Put that phone in your pocket.
Why won't you do it?
Because it's hard to blow an iPhone 5 backlight for no reason.
It is. It's very difficult.
It's very hard. All right. Let's just short it with tweezers because we're getting tired.
Right.
All right. Microscope. I want to see some smoke. Don't rob me of my smoke. That's a holy phone.
All right. Microscope.
Come on, Grandma. Get in on microscope.
All right. There's our backlight filter and
And ground.
Go ground.
And
Cooking it.
Nothing happens. I don't see anything happen.
I just cooked the shit out of it.
Did you?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
all
yeah, there it
greasy
is.
and shit. It was bubbling.
Boom! Yay!
Now, does backlight still work?
Whoops. Yeah, does backlight.
yes, it does.
Backlight still works.
Backlight
Yes.
still
Yes. Yes.
All right, we're gonna do this again
Do it again.
with backlight actually on.
Yes. Here comes Christy. Don't tell her we're doing a live
Don't
stream.
tell her we're live streaming.
We're not live streaming. Why would you even suggest that? That's ridiculous. No.
We don't live stream all the time.
We never live stream? We
It's not live
that
streaming all
is
the time, Christy.
that's right. You can't see it, Mark.
Nobody is on Facebook. Oh, you did find a reply.
Nobody can see it. All right.
I'm working
We
and
can't
I'm on my
see
phone
it.
all the time.
Well, the screen's connected.
I can't see your tweezers or anything. I think you're just making this up.
God damn it, Grandma.
What are you live streaming about?
Put your tongue on it. We are blowing up backlights because there's a bunch of folks out
All right.
there that
I'm just gonna
believe
hold it
some
there.
hoo-ha about
Can you see it now?
voltage about battery voltage not being there. Not really. In fact, it's like totally where we can't see it.
This is, you're using the batch of 5 Cs that we bought for playing with, right?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're gonna get to that.
That's what I.
Yes.
That's what I
Make
thought.
that backlight filter black again. Is that a thing? I mean, it's black. That's done. No way. It's done.
You think?
Yeah.
We're gonna
It's
see.
black.
It just got a little darker. It looks darker on there than it did.
God damn it to hell! Holy shit!
Impossible.
It's impossible. That's it.
Can't
iPhone
be done.
5s have indestructible backlights. That's what we have learned.
Apple engineers, take note.
I'll have to say, all the iPhone 5 backlight jobs that I've ever fixed, now I have a lot more respect for right now. Those guys had to work hard to make that happen.
Yeah, it didn't come
you gotta
easy.
be a whole other level of noob to get that to not work. Damn, look at that. Look, zoom in on it. What is the milliamp rating on that filter?
Too much.
I'm gonna go.
I mean, it's almost.
I'm gonna go with 2 amps. I'm pretty sure that's a 2 amp filter. And then they started cheaping out. These were the good filters. Back in the day, back in the iPhone 5 days when.
Oh man,
It's like
it was so hot that it was loose. Like I just touched it with the tweezers and it
see,
moved.
it's hot, just like in the 6S. It's gonna eject itself. It can't take it anymore. It would rather just leap off that board than be subject to your torture.
Okay, it just it just flipped up.
All right, now see if you have backlight. Now if you have backlight, I mean really
It's
really
not even on
impressed.
both pads anymore.
How many volts are present without screen connected? What's the answer to that question? That's the whole point of this. What
Yeah,
is the
somebody answer.
How many volts are present when the screen is not connected? What is the answer to that? It's only got one answer, and that's what everybody should know.
Look, no backlight.
Yay! We broke it! Yay!
I kind of really heard that.
All right, give me the mouse. You're fired. Like this, you got to go back to camera. You got to keep up with
What?
your
All
your
right.
stream. You got to keep up with your.
This is way too complicated. This is why I don't
know,
stream.
It's hard.
Well,
It's
you're taking back?
Yeah.
it's hard. It's why I suck at streaming.
All right, I'm gonna put this filter back.
10 volts. No,
It's
Tim
still good.
Sherman smacked yourself in the face. That is wrong.
No, yeah, bad,
Bad.
Tim.
Fail. 4.2. Could be. Yes. Tech News knows what's up. 3.8. Yes.
Whatever your battery voltage is.
Whatever your battery voltage. That's what we've learned here. So let's review. I feel like we should review. Let's review when we get to the iPhone 6S. Yes. So even if your device is off, totally powered off, if your battery is connected, you have VCC main present because there's no reason why. It's got a straight path, a wire.
Yeah.
Follow it on the schematic. and you can go
VCC
from
main through the
VCC
coil.
main through the coil, through the
filter.
diode. Wait, I heard that diodes. What was it?
Oh my God. The chip turns them on and off.
The chip turns the diodes on and off.
Yeah, that's not true. Not true.
That is not true. That's not how diodes work. So the diode is a wire, a one-way wire, like an arrow, and you've got VCC main goes through the coil, through the diode, over the hills, through the woods, and all the way to grandmother's house.
Say hi, Christy.
Connected. There's Christy. Okay, now let's do. So now you got to fix that.
Yeah, I just put that same filter back on. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Somebody asked, and now I want to know, like, what is the milliamp rating for that filter?
Yes. Let's find out.
Is it? Do I have to follow it, or is it's just up here?
It's one of those.
200
That's a lot.
milliamp. 0.2, 200
Oh, that's the
milliamp.
same. Oh, I thought it was the 0.8. Nope. 200
Yeah.
milliamp. Same as in everybody except for the 6S. Right?
Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah. So there you go.
Are you guys live streaming all night?
Nope. We're not even live streaming right now. We are not live streaming.
Gene? Yeah.
All
Let me
right.
know when it's safe to start asking stupid questions that I don't want to go live.
Okay, so what else is this? So,
Monday?
how many volts when screen is connected? All right, what's the answer to that? How many volts when the screen is connected? We did that experiment as well. What's the answer? Rewind. We've learned that every phone or tablet needs an iPhone 5 filter installed. Yes, especially the iPhone 6S and iPhone 7.
Did they do backlights today?
So, yeah, we did. Yeah, we did. And we're still doing backlights. We've done nothing but backlights all day long. So there will be corrosion on water damage. That is true. I really need to get the ski for these iPhones. Yes, you do. ZXW is only a thing to make you faster at reading the schematics. Yes, a bunch of people know. On the iPhone 5, we had 10 volts on the backlight line with the screen on. Oh, and then we've got Chris Long clarifying 10 volts plus, depending on the CPU brightness setting, which is true.
And
then we got
we've
1
got.
volt.
Are we on there? Yep. Backlight's working again.
Yay!
Same fucking filter.
You did not.
Yes, I did.
Did you really?
Yes. I just put the same filter back on, and it's fine.
You're gonna have to put a new filter on there, in case.
we need to put that.
In case Reed watches YouTube, and we also have to fix our home button. FYI.
Yeah, well, that's a student job.
Right. Well, by we, I mean we. All right. Now here's the thing. Here's where I want you guys to help us out.
Here's paperwork for this.
Here's this. That goes with that.
Here's paperwork.
It was over there.
It was over there.
It was over there because we just read the passcode off of it.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah. Nope, not that. It's this.
Stop messing up our highly organized system.
Yeah. Stop messing with the highly organized
CPU
system.
reball?
Nope. Not that one. All right. A lot of these are done. That one's done. All right, where's my 6S that we are gonna talk about next? All right, iPhone 6. Done, pile done. Was this the 6S? Yes. All right, so why is the iPhone 6S such a special snowflake? And the answer is we don't really know. So we're hoping that you guys can figure it out for us.
Yeah, please tell me.
Please, yes. That's the other reason why we want to live stream, is so that we can learn stuff. Okay, so let's
Definitely not any of the reasons that were mentioned in that thread.
All right, let's see. That filter is a beast. Yes, it is. Please take that. Yes! Let's take that filter off and put it on a 6S.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
I love that idea.
All right,
let's do that.
Let's explode a 6S filter first.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. The screen does not have to be connected to the iPhone to get 20 volt at the connector. What?
No.
God
No.
damn it.
God damn it.
Oh my God! That's the whole point of doing this video. Yes,
God.
it does. Yes, it does.
If there's no
rewind, please.
If there's no load, it can't happen. Even if it's doing the switching, and it's not doing the switching because backlight is enabled by the image circuit. Image circuit is enabled when the screen is connected.
Okay,
I think we need to just go over like we need to do like a condensed version of iPad Rehab Practical Board Repair Day 2.
I'm not doing that again, man. I've been doing that all fucking day. That's all you.
Well, I'll just do a quick rundown. Okay.
Okay.
So
what do you want me to put up?
We have a 1.8 volt signal that comes from PMIC, goes into the LCD, and back out. That's what
Okay.
enables Chestnut.
Okay.
Once Chestnut is enabled, Chestnut then has lines that run to backlight driver and say, backlight driver, start sending me a boosted voltage. Backlight driver starts
Switching.
switching, and boosting that battery voltage up to backlight voltage, which is not 20 volts. It's more like 10, 11, 12, 16.
It can be up to 25 volts.
Yeah, theoretically. Well, in a MacBook, some of the MacBooks. But those are the ones that are like rated for 50.
These are
But
rated for 25 on the
There
6S.
is no boosted voltage if screen is not connected because the backlight, the switching chip is never told to do its job.
Well, if that's true, then how are we going to prove that? What will it take to prove that to Michael? What do we need to do to prove that the screen does not have to be connected to get 20 volt at the connector? The screen's power just has to be on.
No. Wrong.
How do we prove that?
Wrong. Fake news.
Alternative fact. Alternative fact detected. All right.
You're a nasty woman.
What?
I don't know. I just wanted to use
Alternative
that phrase
fact detected? What are you talking about? I honestly hardly ever disconnect the battery. Just power down or usually just turn the screen off. Only backlight I've personally blown is iPad mini.
His suggestion is put auto lock to never. So, I mean, that's not even necessary. Just if you push the power button, then the screen would be on.
All right. All right, let's do that then.
Set it to auto lock to never and disconnect it while the screen's on and measure.
Okay.
You know what?
What?
I wonder if disconnecting while the backlight is actually at
I know. I thought
the
about
high
that
voltage,
too.
then it
Doesn't have anywhere to go.
It lowers over
Slowly.
time, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So
That's true. I mean, we just showed that in the iPad mini. You know, like
Right,
we
yeah, it
showed
was
that
at 0.6
it was 10 and
volts.
then it goes down, but it's pretty quick. You know. All right,
But,
let's
I mean,
find
that's
out.
where the
All right, let's
idea
get to
that
the
there's
bottom of
boosted
this.
voltage could come from.
Oh, is that where the idea comes from? All right, well, let's find out. All right, let's get an answer on this. So we are going to, I hope you know that I just did it and I got 20 votes. No, no, you didn't. That's not happening. All right, let's find out. Let's see. Let's see, what would be, all right, here's one that has been recently fixed. All right, let's see. All right, let's make sure that this phone is on. Alrighty. Let's see.
Somebody asked what beer I have, and somebody earlier answered correctly. It is the left-hand nitro milk stout. It's delicious.
Did you say milk stout?
I don't know why. I don't know my beer chemistry or whatever. I don't know why it's a milk stout, but I know I like
Like
it.
an actual beer. What are you doing drinking good beer?
Mark always drinks good beer.
Mark usually drinks
Well, he'll drink
crappy little cans.
whatever.
Well, I drink a couple of 6-packs of good beer while I'm
A day.
up here.
A night.
But then, yeah, Sharon, if you want one of these nitros, they're in the back fridge.
All right, grab me a good iPhone 6 battery because I don't think I have patience for that.
I thought you were gonna say a beer.
Fuck that.
6 beers.
iPhone 6 beer. Give me a good iPhone 6 beer, please.
iPhone 6 battery.
I had Sunday give it back to you.
That is an alternative fact.
That's what happens in this world.
All right, let's see.
I no longer have one. Jean stole it.
Bullshit. Sunday, call her. Tell her to get her transition running. And
Thanks to both of you.
Should I go pick her up?
Sharon, give me back my fucking tweezers. I left this on all night long. Is that are you just saying who took your tweezers because you
You said that you like rewound it. Like,
Yes, I did. And that's how I know.
It was me.
Yeah, it was. And you know that I know it's you because I only would drag you down to the principal's office if I already knew. Mark, have you heard any of Sharon's stories from being the
Oh yeah, the security?
Yeah.
Oh my god, she's got some good ones.
Yeah. All right. You know what else would be good right now? An iPhone 6 battery.
yeah.
All right.
Sunday.
I would love to give you an iPhone 6 battery.
Great.
What I could do is I could give you one of these.
Just give me an iPhone 6 battery from right behind you.
Oh.
What about screen? What?
That screen that she was supposed to give you with the iPhone.
Hey, look at that.
Yeah, see? There we go. All right, let's see if this is going to work. Okay, so here's my plan. I'm going to solder a wire to the backlight filter so that we can watch what happens to backlight voltage in whatever scenario we want and put this question to bed. This board, I would like it to have the power button functioning though, because we're going to need to lock and unlock.
Can you inject LCD enable to get it to boost voltage?
Sharon.
I think I've tried that and it didn't work, but
I was also pretty drunk that night. Who's this?
that and I think that was like
where-
a long screw job that had other issues. So I'm not convinced that that was a good test. I haven't done it with a known good, so I don't know. It seems like that should
How
work,
often does Sunday actually?
but I don't know.
Well,
Alrighty.
actually, when I do them at night, I do.
Okay, so here we are with an iPhone
I did that.
6
Right.
and backlight works. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna solder a wire to the backlight filter so that we can see backlight voltage on the multimeter in real time. So let's do that. That sound like a good plan?
That sounds like a plan.
I love it.
Alrighty, let's get some wire. Let's get some wire up in here. Okay. Let's like divide this up and like pass this down to all of our children and all of their children as a lifetime supply of all the wire you could ever need.
Can you pass me a contact shield?
Yes, Jean's like actually doing work. Here you go, Jean.
Thanks.
Cecilia's gonna put the stream on for Max.
Daddy,
Daddy's on TV.
Daddy's drinking beer and blowing shit up. Yeah, yeah. Go put on your LuLaRoe pants and tell Cecilia that you're bringing them home. Come on, what the heck?
That's how I'm gonna keep warm while I'm up here.
I object to that. I don't really want for Cecilia to have to get LuLaRoe pants that have already had Mark ass in them all week long. I think
If we had thought you were going to wear them, we would have bought the tall and curvy.
that's
I mean,
right. We didn't get tall.
She's had Mark ass in all of her underwear already, so.
Okay. I really hope Cecilia did not actually put the live stream on.
Not yet. She just asked if it was Facebook. So I don't think she's pulled
thank
up
God.
YouTube. Yeah, I'm safe.
Phew.
There's no way she'll go back and watch this whole video.
No, it's way too boring. I mean, it's too boring for everyone. Alrighty. Let's see.
I don't know where it is.
Okay, so I'm soldering a wire onto the backlight filter just so that we can get some readings. This is just for the love of science. Okie dokie. Alright, so we are going to stick this right about here.
Are you sure?
I'm working.
So am I.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, what's on the agenda for class tomorrow?
Water, tomorrow is no power and water damage.
That's a good choice, though. That's a good.
I've got
Yeah,
a couple
I
of,
always get
no
these if
power
I see 'em.
iPad Airs.
Where'd you get you want to anybody
wants
stop and rob?
You have no power iPad Airs?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Man, that was a pop.
Yeah. I'm sure everyone appreciated that.
Jesse, we can't see the chat stream.
God bless. Yeah, you can. It's right down here. Somebody took something too seriously, apparently. I don't know. Here. Do you want to be in charge of this mouse?
Yeah,
Where's
give me
the
that mouse.
auxiliary mouse? Here.
I don't know. What'd you do with it? I've been gone for like 6 months.
6 months. Damn. All right.
Why does it still look like you're still pregnant?
Boom.
Burn.
It's because he didn't want to go lift at the gym
where's the
last
burn
night.
cream at here?
Mark, are you going to go lift tomorrow?
No.
What the hell?
The answer is no.
Lewis is going to like totally be like, this is what's wrong with America. Mark won't go lift weights.
No,
And-
I bet he's
and-
gonna make
and
me
rant.
run though.
I bet he is. And I hope he does.
I don't mind running.
What?
Yeah.
What's running is like way harder than lifting weights.
It's more fun though.
What?
It's more fun.
Whatever. I don't think.
From the man?
Yeah. From all your experience running
Microscope
from the
camera is
po-po.
always shaky. Yes, microscope camera is always shaky if you have
That's
a
the way I like it.
piece of shit articulating.
It's not a
boom
piece of
stand.
shit. It's the much desired premium articulating stand. All right, let's get some kind of ground up in here. All right, let's just stick it on top of there. Okay, coming soon.
Yeah. Lewis is right. Stereo microscope is better with the arm stand. That's correct.
You know what's really funny is that Lewis was doing a live stream and he's sitting there going like, oh, I wish I could look under here. And it's just like, well, if you had the articulating stand, you could just look under there. But no.
I have the boom stand. I can look under shit all the time.
Well, when you get to Lewis's, you can help him fix that board then.
Yeah, I'll teach him how to set up his microscope.
Yeah, that he'll love that. That's a great way to...
While I'm doing all of his long screw
Yeah,
jobs.
exactly. You're not going to have time. You're going to be sitting at that microscope fixing all of the...
Well, I'm going to have to set it up the way I like it first.
That's probably true. Yeah, Mark's going to be channel hopping all week.
Yeah, I'm going to record a video for my channel while I'm there, and I have like the high production values.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What? The high production values, like the stand is not articulating? Is that what it is?
And a camera, like, because at home I just have like my Canon through the microscope, so
Yeah.
I don't have the camera on me and the camera on my hands and the microscope camera and
Yeah.
schematics and all that stuff.
Schematics and blah, blah. All right, so we are almost ready to roll here. So I have, get this off of stick this back on here. Come on, man. Fail.
Oh shit! Whoops.
Oh shit, oops. All right, Mark is cut off from repair for the rest of the night. All right, so now I'm going to try
Mission complete.
to dig up alligator clips. Nope. Damn.
Alligator clips right here.
I really need Diet Coke.
You say Diet Coke?
Diet Coke, man, I've been like totally talking all day long. I don't know about this whole thing.
That thing's perfect.
Is it? Order in the court. What's in the drawer of doom? Oh yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh, here, Mark. We need to make some bets. In addition to wearing the Lulu row pants, I want you to use that for your multimeter for the rest of the week.
No.
It's my old school needle.
No.
All right. I think I need to go get some water for you. And then I'll hook this up. I'm not going to survive. All right. Is there water in this back fridge?
Nope.
What's going on in here?
There's the Diet Coke on the fridge.
Fine, Diet Coke it is.
Mark, what's your channel called? It's just my name.
It's called Mark Drinks Beer and Solders.
Yeah. Except, well,
It's called Drunk Soldering.
nobody sees me drinking because there isn't a camera on me, so they have no
Oh,
idea
well.
how much.
So it's not actually in your title, it's just...
Yeah.
So it's called A Guy in Literal Leggings.
A guy in LuLaRoe leggings with a beer
Right,
at home.
Chris Long, Mark, can you explain the cathode lines? Yeah, I mean the cathode lines are just like any LED has an anode and a cathode, and the power comes in the anode, goes through the LED, and goes out the cathode.
We think of them as like the ass lines.
Yeah,
Mouth
so-
line and the ass line.
So those lines go back to the driver and
Complete feedback.
I'm not sure, but I know in some circuits, and I don't know if it's true with the iPhones, that the cathode lines are what's used to determine brightness. I know in some circuits that's true, but I don't know.
That
if it
sounds
is in the
good, yeah.
iPhones.
I mean, you can
But yeah, I
look
mean,
up
they're
this
just the
data
returns.
sheet. If you look up the data sheet, but you put in, you leave like the last number off. And
Yeah,
I
like
haven't done it for a
The
while.
LM3535, I think you can find.
Yes, so you can find a similar chip data sheet, and then you can really, figure out a lot about what's going on with this.
See,
All right.
Crin72 wants to know what happened to the other shop who didn't want to pay for the repair the other week. Did
Oh
they,
yes.
Did they pay?
Oh, they paid. Sunday, are you here?
Sunday's not here.
Oh.
Sunday made them pay double.
No, here's what happened with that. It was pretty fun. So my decision was to tell them I can't stand this without being able to see camera. Make it be back there. All right. So my decision was to tell them, sure, we'll take this repair off your bill that you sent us and that we only did because, of your fuck up. But no, you don't have to pay for that. However, obviously, since we want to recoup some of our parts and labor costs, then we're going to, reach out to the customer directly and just explain to them, how you sent us their phone by accident and, see if they're willing to pay for the repair or if they would like to donate the phone and then clear it from iCloud Lock. So we'll just call them up, have a quick conversation with them, and yeah, you guys, we'll take it off your bill now, and then we'll go. I think we have enough information from the phone to just be able to give them a call. And so the person that we talked to said, "Great, thanks, that's awesome," and then hung up the phone. And we were like, seriously? Wow. We're like, okay. So then we started okay, what's this person's phone number? And we're looking her up and we're about to send her a message, which is going to be a weird message. Hi, you don't know me, but do you know this phone? Look at this trip. That must have been so much fun. Anyway, so we were gonna call her, and then maybe 10 minutes later, phone rings again, and Sunday's like, she's just like, $100 is there, calling back, and I just hear her answer it. What?
Yeah, you are.
We had it all ready to send, and so 10 minutes later, I just hear Sunday answer the phone. Oh, okay, sure. Well, if you pay it right now, go out tomorrow. And then she was like, yeah, oh, you decided to pay. Oh, okay. So we were not privy to whatever kind of shakedown screaming match happened when that store manager turned around and told her boss, oh, they're going to take that phone off of our invoice. They're just going to call the customer. So it ended up being
What was the
quite
job
humorous.
for?
This was the one, remember some pictures about pizza. The archaeologist.
Spotty picture.
So what?
Kind of spotty.
Kind of spotty.
All right.
That one. That's
Moving
the
on.
one. That one. No, this was the one where
This is data recovery.
It was data recovery, yeah. Was that what you were just asking for, what job it was? Yeah. It was data recovery, and then when they realized that they had sent us the wrong phone and we'd already recovered that one, I negotiated it to no power, because I get it. They didn't intend to send for data recovery, so I negotiated it to no power with them, and even after that, they're like, yeah, we don't even feel like paying for that. Suck it up. Technically, we didn't send you the phone. The customer sent you the phone that we swapped their board on, so it's not our fault. What? That's not how that works. Okay, what happens? Where's my good battery? Let's see if this can even measure anything. All right, now let's watch Michael Huey get to prove us all wrong somehow. All right. Okay, so multimeter is now hooked up. All right, so make it so we can see.
He's not there anymore.
He's off making a video. We're going to see that later.
He left.
That's okay.
He doesn't have time for this shit.
That's right. Okay, so but he's going to miss his moment of vindication. See you all motherfuckers, I fucking told you. I told you. Yeah,
20 volts with no screen connected.
Then we're all going to be like, wow, we'll have to rethink all of this, All right. Okay, so it's 4 volts right now. This is an iPhone 6, not under power, just with a battery connected. Is there any way to make that? All right, so that's battery voltage. Let's power the phone on. So power button, turn it on, and
20 volts.
Nothing happens.
40,
Okay.
40 volts. Look at
that's
that.
not 40. Nope.
39 volts.
All right, disconnect the battery. And now we will, what else should we try? We'll put on the screen.
Look at the voltage.
Look at the voltage coming down with no, look at that. This is amazing. There's voltage there with no battery present. Mm-hmm. That's a miracle. Okay, so let's put on.
I'm really curious now how long the actual boosted voltage
Yeah,
stays in the
I would
circuit
think. I
after
mean,
you disconnect.
I would think a long time if you just rip it off. But you know, we'll see. We're gonna find out. All right, the screen is connected. Now I'm connecting the battery. With the screen connected, here comes the battery. And battery voltage makes sense. Now I'm going to press the power button, which should light up the screen. 16 volts.
16.7.
And there's my screen is on 16 volts with screen connected.
So it's still not 20 volts. How do you get 20 volts to the backlight?
It'll get 20 if you turn it up, mofo.
Will it?
I would guess so, yeah. Because that's why I think iPhone 6, this is iPhone 6. I think iPhone 6 backlight blows because
I think that
because you exceed the 25 volt rating on the caps. That's what I think happens.
I think it normally hits max brightness
All right,
during
let's
boot
see.
up, regardless
All right,
of
what's
your
this person's passcode? Do we know?
settings.
Do, do, do,
What's
do,
the
do.
It's that, not for sure. Shouldn't need password.
Oh, that's right. It was asking for a 6-digit and they don't know it. Great, 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 great. Fantastic.
No,
Look, 17 volts.
I'm almost positive that backlight hits max voltage during boot up, regardless of what your settings are.
All right, so as the screen goes dark, let's see what happens to the voltage. So the screen is just kind of decided to sleep. So 4 volts. Let's wake it back up with the power button. Screen is alive. 17 volts. Unlock. 4 volts. So it pretty quickly goes back to battery voltage. Turn it back
It's interesting
on.
how it goes. Like,
It goes really quick.
for a
Well,
second.
that is probably, yeah, that is interesting. But probably that it won't go, I bet it doesn't go back to 4 so quickly. I bet that lock unlock is triggering some kind of like a reset dump.
Mm-hmm.
And that if you just rip it off, it will drain more slowly.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, so let's see.
17 volts.
All right, so it is at 17 volts. Now I'm going to rip it off. So I'm just going to rip off this connector, ripped it off, and what happened?
It said 20 for a second, and now it's back to 4.
Interesting, that 20 for a second. Like, I mean, you know the caps blow. I wonder if that's like something to do with, you know,
Yeah.
something like that at screen change.
I
We
mean,
never
we're-
saw
we're
20.
getting valuable data that we've never
Valuable,
gotten
yeah,
before.
very, very, it's all in the name of science.
So,
All right, so here we go. Now we have ripped the screen off. The device is on. It's under power. There is no screen there.
I guess we really have to admit that Michael was right. When you disconnected the screen, there was 20 volts.
For that, like,
For a
for that tenth of a second, as I'm ripping off the screen.
There was 20 volts.
I didn't even see it, man. I have to just take
So-
your word. I don't know if I could just take your word for
How's
that.
it feel to be wrong?
I am humbled and shamed that you're right. That, well, I don't know. Like, let's do that again so that we can see if there is a moment where the screen is actually
I think we should
separated.
connect the screen while it's trying to show image.
Right now?
Yeah. Well, like hit the power button so it'll wake back up
Okay.
and connect the screen. See what happens.
All right. Oh, there we go. Look at that.
20 volts.
20 volts with no screen connected. Boom.
What?
Yeah. Now we are humbled. Look at that.
Oh, 4.
Oh, look. See? It still lets me wake. Boom. Now that 20 volts we haven't seen before. That's a lot. 20 volts.
That is true.
See, that's what I think is that the screen being present, it makes it think there's a screen there. And that software now thinks there is a screen present right now. It's only going to work if you rip the screen off.
While it's showing an image.
Yeah, that it has no mechanism to register the ripped screen off. It's like, let me send a voltage. Is the screen present? Yes. Okay. Enable everything because it believes that the screen is there. I don't think it's going to constantly check that. That wouldn't make sense. That would be a waste of time.
Right. So, all right, let's let's keep going then.
Alrighty?
Have you already tested this phone with no screen connected and boot up? Or did we only do that with the other ones? You did already?
Yeah.
Okay, so if the screen is connected and you disconnect it, now try screen connected, but screen not on, and disconnect screen and see if you still get backlight voltage.
Alright, so screen connected. Alright, let's see. I'm worried about fucking up with the system trying to connect it. Alright,
so
like right now. So let's kind of let it boot again, and then we'll have it be screen connected, let it go off, rip it off, see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, let's do that. Science, science, science. Alright. Okay, I'm going to disconnect battery. And there we go. All right, now what do we have? All right.
4 volts.
Okay, so this is screen never been powered on, device is not on.
All right, power screen on.
Now power screen on.
We still have 4 volts, Jessa. There we go.
There we go.
16.8.
But it's not 20, so it's not max
Right.
voltage that it can ever see. This is really interesting about the whole 25 volt cap rating on the 6, whereas the 6S is 35. There are too much beer.
There are not too much beer.
What are you talking about?
There's only one.
Yeah, Mark's only got 1 beer. And Jessa has no beers.
So
Science
back
is
off.
not for wimps. Alrighty.
Screen back off, disconnect, and let's see if we get 20
Alright,
volts.
so we're gonna now power off or just
dim
on
screen.
Alright, so
Lock
just
phone.
this one. Okay. So lock meaning
Now we're back to 4 volts. Now disconnect screen.
alright, disconnect. Alright,
Now power back on.
All right.
Unlock screen.
20
And
volts.
20 volts again.
alright.
All right.
Now let's
So-
do the same thing with power off. So see if it, like the screen detect is at boot up.
Mhm.
All right, so let's repeat. All right, power off.
So
And
that's
screen connect.
interesting though, because like that the reason why I have never run across that is because when I'm testing a board, I don't boot it up with the screen and then yank the screen off and start measuring.
Right.
But I mean, we have to admit he is right. Like
If you yank it off.
yeah, like that needs to be qualified there.
Yeah. All right, so this is,
You're supposed to be booting up with no screen.
well, I'm going to see you about power off and then like straight from disconnect battery.
I think what we're seeing here is that Chestnut.
There's a check done somewhere, and we're going to find out when it is. If it's done once, if it's done, like we've already ruled out that it's done at every lock unlock, which makes sense that it wouldn't do that. Alrighty, put a piece of tape on that multimeter button. Got a janky ass. All right, let's do some more. I want to see that go to 20, but it doesn't. It goes
Hey, Michael's back.
straight to 4. All right, 17. Look at how just quick it goes to 4. 17, 4. I kind of want to rip it off and see how
on.
quickly it goes down to 4.
We need to.
If you pull that off.
Can you parse that for me?
Huh? What?
Michael's comment.
Backlight IC disables the boost voltage by injecting VCC main voltage to the anode side of the diode, so the diode acts like a switch.
I think that he's looking at the lines on the schematic and like trying to make sense of it, but not realizing that that's like the switching. line.
Oh, that's the switching of the chip at the. So let's see what he says.
So you want to clarify that?
Let's see. Let's go
Because
back.
I mean, the diode doesn't act as a switch. It's all the diode is a one-way valve.
One-way valve. Let's see where this is. All right.
Do you have this 610?
The 6.
I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. They're all the same.
No. Backlight IC disables the boost voltage. Disables the boost voltage. That doesn't make sense. The word disables the boost voltage. Backlight IC, when enabled, is the thing that creates the boost voltage by switching the VCC main line at the diode to ground. That's what I would say. So he says backlight IC disables the boost voltage by injecting VCC main voltage to the anode side of the diode. No, I mean, look at the schematic. The VCC main goes through the coil, through the diode, and comes out on the other side because both of those are just wires. Right? I don't really get what he means. Let's see.
Yeah, Chris is explaining the switch line. Like
Is the ground switch, so if the screen is turned off, it would pull the boosted voltage back to ground through the IC.
In the schematic, you've got VCC main going through the coil, and there's a line there before the diode that goes back to the IC, and that is the line that the IC uses to short VCC main after the coil and before the diode to ground repeatedly, and that's what creates the boost. That in combination.
Wow, this is interesting. I just turned it off and it's at 15 volts. Like I hit off and it stays at 15. And then it just blinked. No, and then all of a sudden, like it was like part of its. I mean, I've never seen that before. That's really interesting.
Well, no. The iPhones, when you power them down, image will go away before
right.
backlight.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know that.
No, I knew that.
Oh wow. You know, but it's like part of the sequence of powering down. It clicks off image and then it sits there, and then it's not a trickle down. It's off.
Okay.
You know, so it's really interesting how this reset function works, where I kind of want to just rip the screen off again and see how long it takes to go down. But okay, so now the phone is off. So now that it's off, I'm gonna disconnect the screen. And now I'm gonna turn it on. So now it used to know it had a screen, and it's just been powered off. No battery disconnect. Let's see if it remembers that it had a screen. So I'm now hitting power on. So this is now power on.
And still just at 4
and
volts.
It's battery voltage. So it's checking for that screen at power on, and it doesn't, it says I don't have a screen, so therefore I'm not producing that voltage. So this is what we've learned, you know, that there's a check for the screen at power on. So if you have a screen and you pass that check, which we never do, you know, then in fact no one should ever be doing that, you know, because your battery should be disconnected when you're doing this.
If you're taking measurements on your board, you should not be like disconnecting the screen halfway through what you're doing.
Right, exactly. So, but it does a check at boot up for is the screen present, and if the answer is yes, then it will produce that screen voltage. And even after you remove the screen, once you've checked that LCD power enable, then if you rip the screen off, you can continue to get it to produce a higher than normal backlight voltage. That's really interesting. We never sell 20 outside of there not, you know, being a screen there.
Another thing that I'm remembering now, you remember the last time I was here, we did the video where we were shorting LCM enabled to ground?
Yeah.
You remember how it took out image, but it didn't take out backlight?
Yeah.
That makes sense now.
Yes.
Because once the phone knows that there's a screen,
it doesn't check every time.
Then
backlight has got to go ahead forever. Yeah, exactly. Love science. Love tearing things up in the name of science. All right.
So we have to admit that
If in this, you're right, in the situation where you have a device that you've powered up as normal with the screen on it, and then if you underpower, rip that screen off, subsequent to that, the phone will still think it had a screen on, which I didn't predict. I predicted that it would always look for the screen, but apparently it doesn't. If it does it once, then after that, it says, I know I have a screen. I don't have to keep checking. So once I say, yes, I have a screen on, after that, it will behave as if a screen was present. So it also, for those of you guys answering questions, this is why we wanted to clear this up, and I love this, is that if you are doing troubleshooting then, and you're wanting to know are these voltages present or not, you're not going to be able to connect a battery or connect a DC power supply, prompt to boot, and expect to see those backlight voltages if you never connected a screen. So if you want to have this whole argument of, can I detect voltages at the screen connector, the answer is no, unless you have previously connected a screen and you know that all of your LCD power enable lines detected that screen, and that the we don't know this, like what happens if something, if you attach that first screen and it's bad for some reason, like does that come back to the device as, no, I don't have a good screen? Is there a mechanism for that? I don't know. But if you get a good screen connected, you get the device to power on, you leave it powered on, and you rip the screen off, then after that, then you should see these backlight voltages at your screen. So that's what we've learned. All right, so let's see. All right.
Hey, Steven's here too.
What up, Steven? All right, so scroll back in there and see if there's anything to kind of... Here's something that we haven't done. What happens after it believes there's no screen? What happens if I attach a screen?
This Mr. or Miss MommyFixit. I don't know. You need capital letters for me to know whether that's Mr. or Ms.
I'm going to go Mr. Semi-Fixit.
Says it's 20 volts without the screen because there's no voltage drop across the LEDs.
That is true.
Makes sense.
That makes sense.
Yep.
I'm just trying to relate that to the fact that these caps on the 6 are rated for 25 volts, and we see these caps failing. So it seems like at some point with some screens or in some scenario, they are experiencing more than 25 volts, which causes one of them to turn into a wire, and then you get these sort of classic backlight problems.
But it's really weird that those, like the 6 backlight caps failing, happen without, like the phone is just being normally used. It's not...
Well, it's kind of like this copy screen idea, that the copy screen has a different biology, and therefore it has
a, to know, is it something that only happens with copy screens or...
Right. All right, here's what I'm going to do to kind of like finish this up. Once this phone has now booted and it believes there's no screen. Now, if I connect the screen after it has, believes it's no screen, and then can I see a backlight voltage now that it has said, nope, you don't have a screen. So I'm going to now connect the screen, and we're going to see what happens when I try to wake it when it booted thinking there was no screen. Got that LCD connected right without shorting anything, so that's pretty sweet. Okay, wake up, mofo. Oh, it wakes. Look at that. That is really, I didn't expect that either. Oh, you just pushed something else.
Okay.
But look, but wait, it's at Apple Apple logo, so it must have, I don't know, come off or something. All right, so that's not really a fair test. Let's try that again. All right, this is getting longer than I wanted to be. Still at work. Plus we got to clean up for tomorrow. All right, is there anything else that we need to address here before we are done? All right, so Steven says, so the enable signal actually comes from the PMIC through the LCD connector, and once the IC is turned on, it stays on. The IC doesn't really shut off, doesn't really check. So that's what we're thinking, yes. What else is here in this chat? Click, click. Hold on, Mark's got bathroom thoughts. We'll wait, don't worry, don't forget to flush. I dropped my iPhone 6, it doesn't working. And meanwhile charging, it shows battery. Well, fix it. I've seen a lot of cat failures from impact. Yes, it does seem to be drop related. I don't know if that's what that means. It's charging, but it does not show Apple logo or something. Sometimes it shows, but now it does not even charge. I want to ask you, is it about TriStar chip? Probably not. TriStar doesn't fail with drop.
So back to this enable.
Ooh, put the meter in manual range. You may be missing a peak voltage that occurs while the meter is switching ranges. Ooh, that's an idea.
Yeah.
I like that idea, Robert.
I want to go back to the thing that Chris said about the enable.
Yeah.
Right.
Steve.
So it's not that Chestnut remains enabled once it's enabled, because we found that if you take away its enable while the screen's on and showing image goes away. So what it is,
that's true.
For the backlight, it's that Chestnut
right.
says it's okay for
tells the
backlight to turn on.
CPU. Yes.
Yeah, tells the CPU, and then backlight talks to the CPU
and
over
not
the
directly
I2C
to
lines.
Chestnut. Yes.
Yeah, so once Chestnut says, okay, CPU, backlight's good to go, then backlight's good to go from then on, but Chestnut can still be off.
Right. Makes sense. Okay. iPhone 5 filter on the 6S.
Yeah.
You got to do it. I'm too tired.
I'll do it.
All right, great.
I've only had one beer.
Okay. Well, you have to fix both the 5 and the 6S because they all have to go on. And I'm done. All right. Where are we on this thing?
Put it back on. I can't see us.
Oh, here. I really didn't get an answer to my what happens if you connect it like after it boots.
Oh, yeah.
So let's just do that real quick because it apparently fell asleep. So I'm connecting digitizer now LCD, and I believe it is already booted. So all right, now there should be an image there, but there's not because it didn't know there was a screen when it started this. Now let me wake the screen. That's interesting. It doesn't like that. Did it blow backlight? Might have. Might have.
No, I expected, I think I remembered that in the 6 you have to start it with a screen on it in order to get image. Like if I remember when I was doing screen repairs, there being a point where like older phones didn't have the problem, but newer ones,
see there's either I blew backlight or
no power. Hold power and home button and reset it, and you'll get image again.
All right, I don't have a home button here. Let me get myself a home button. All right, so either I blew backlight filter or it woke up thinking I don't have a screen, so fuck you. I don't care how many times you press lock or unlock. Mm-hmm. I don't have a screen. I'm not sending the backlight voltage. That's a waste of time. All right, let's do power and home. Looks like blown backlight filter, I have to say. No, yay! It's not blown backlight filter.
Yeah, totally.
All right, so it woke up. So that's the thing. So now we know that when it first boots up, it looks for the screen. If it believes the screen is there at boot up, it's going to continue to believe the screen is there even if you rip it off, and it will behave in all aspects as if the screen was there. which means you can press lock and unlock, and you will generate those backlight voltages, and they will go away as you press lock and unlock if it believes the screen was there at boot up. If you don't have a screen at boot up and you subsequently add the screen, it will continue to believe there's no screen there. So even after you add the screen and you do lock and unlock, it will not produce the backlight voltages, and it will not behave, it will not produce an image, it will not believe that the screen is there no matter what. So that's the lesson, that the phone seems to check for the screen at boot up, and if the screen is present and you later rip it off, you can act like it's there, and if it's not there when you boot up, there's nothing you can do to make that backlight an image. So that's what we learned.
It's not stripped.
All right, I think that we're done. Let's see.
Well, I mean,
Okay.
the threads aren't stripped.
If you disconnect the LCD and boot, you'll get
The
nothing.
head is not.
That is true.
It's not
No, you look at it on
All right.
No, it's the threads that are stripped.
Okay. I think
That
we're
happens with cheap
pretty
screens.
much done. Let's just check.
Are we done?
I think we should be done. I think that's exactly like what we wanted to figure out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's good. I like that.
yeah, I
Now
learned
we know.
something.
I learned something. Okay, you never did answer this dude's question. Let's see. Alrighty.
Wait, ask the chat, how do you get a screw out when the threads are stripped?
Don't let a drunk person do it.
I didn't. She just handed it to me. She's not drunk.
Don't let a drunk person operate on it. That's
I
for
am not
sure.
drunk. I'm
Um,
not even like, eighth of
Alrighty.
the way there.